Hi everybody, welcome to this week's session. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that is very, very close to my heart. That is debt review. So what I want to answer is, should you go for debt review or not? What is my opinion on that? Okay, so if you have not subscribed to this channel, please just hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button so that every time when a video drops you get a notification. All right, okay. So ideally you should not be in a position where you have to go for a debt review, because there's three ways that you go into debt review. It means maybe you are over indebted, which means that the amount of debt that you have, the ratio sort of exceeds the amount of income that is coming in your account. And then also maybe for reckless lending, and also maybe when a debtor takes you to court, and then in that way you go into debt review. But most people voluntarily go to debt review, and this is what I want to focus on. Should you voluntarily go to debt review or not? Okay, so like I said, ideally you should not be in this situation that you have to go for debt review, but because our people lack in financial education, or let's say real life education actually, because most of our people have degrees, they have honors, they have masters, they have all these things. They are doctors, but they lack true life education. Okay, because true life education, it comes with experience, and if you have not been exposed to the people that have enough experience to guide you, you'll find yourself in this situation where you are over indebted, where in terms of finances, your finances are not going well, because financial education is really something that a person should take head on, to try to learn the finances, to try to learn what financial education is all about, and how to make it financially, because most people don't have this education. And if you yourself don't put enough effort to make sure that you are educated financially, to make sure that you take the right financial decisions, then you end up in this process, like where you have to voluntarily go to debt review. And this is very, very, very sad, because this process takes about 5 years. 5 years. And what does it mean to be under debt review? Debt review is a process where you are protected from the debtors that you currently owe, to say that they cannot take any legal action against you. And it also means that you cannot have any new debt in that period of the debt review. But unfortunately, in this industry, there's a lot of scammers, and there's a lot, like some people who go into debt review, they go much worse than they were before they even went to the debt review. Because if they, like, I'm sure it's like 90% of the debt review counselors are sort of schematic or something like that. So if you also don't know where to get a good debt counselor, you choose the wrong one. My goodness, you put yourself into so much trouble, because these people, they claim to be a non-profit organization, but whatever amount that you pay to them, there's a fee that goes straight to them. And sometimes you find that because now they need to allocate to all your debtors, they need to pay some amount to your debtors. You find that they are paying 100 rand to an account that you used to pay 1,000 rand. And sometimes most of the people find themselves in areas. I've spoken to most people that are under this process, and there's not even one that I spoke to that actually said, you know what, I've never had a situation where all my accounts are in areas or something like that. Because now if you find this bad debt counselor, what they do is they just extend the term of the debts that you have, instead of them going on your behalf to go and negotiate for the best interest rate so that you can pay up that debt way much faster, right? But they know, they just go and extend the term. So if it was a 5-year period that you have to pay that debt, now you find that it's a 10 years, whatever. You're never gonna get out of that situation with this. You're gonna just continue to be over indebted. All your accounts are gonna be in areas and all those kind of stuff. But if maybe you feel that, you know what, I'm actually over indebted, I think the best way is, some of the debtors are understanding. You can just go to them directly and make an arrangement to say, I can directly to them, like I emphasize, directly to them, so that they just, maybe you can say, okay, can we make this arrangement or whatever. Then in that way, it does not affect your credit score, which means that, like for me, who is in a housing industry where I sell houses, I mean, I see this situation a lot where people cannot now buy houses because they've been under this process. And if this process was well managed, you are not even supposed to, your credit score should not be even affected. You should not be in areas. You should only just have a flag that says that at the moment you cannot take any debt, but when the period of that debt review is finished or that process is finished, then you can actually go back and say, okay, now the flag has been removed. Now I'm not over indebted anymore. Now I can actually take any debt or buy a house. Your credit score have no damage. But most people are having this issue because now they go to these debt counselors that are not registered with the NCR. So if you find yourself in that situation, you need to go to the NCR website and find who are the debt counselors that are actually registered there, and make a bit of research. And then choose one from them, okay? Because now you find that this person, my goodness, they are not able to do nothing even after this process is finished, because their credit score is just messed up. So please go directly if you feel you want to do this process. But if it were me, I wouldn't do that, right? I wouldn't want to go to a debt review. I would rather find a way to make additional income. Find a way to make additional income. Your problem is what? You are over indebted, which means that now you have more debt than you should have, right? So the solution to that is, because now you have so much expenses, is to increase your income, right? Because you need to balance your income to debt ratio, okay? So you need to find a way to make some additional income. Like I understand, like when you're in this situation, you just feel, okay, debt review is the only solution. But no, like put an effort to making additional income. There's a lot of ways you can make additional income. I mean, all that matters is that you get out of this condition, right? In this condition of over indebted. Like for example, if you are living in a house, like it's only you, or maybe it's only you and your wife and your kid, Like, it's a 3-bedroom house, for example. Make a plan. Rent the house out. Rent the house out, maybe the 2 rooms, or the 1 room, or maybe the whole room, and then just go rent something cheaper. Now, in that way, you are creating some more space for you to have money. I'm just saying this. It's not like I'm saying do this, but I'm saying just find a way that makes sense to you to make additional income so that you can cover all of these debts that you have created. But it's a learning lesson. In the future, you will not be able to now go again take debt, because most of the things that even put us in this situation, it's not even things that are of value. Some people go and take debt. Like, there is good debt and there's bad debt. So basically, good debt is the debt that makes money for you, right? And then bad debt is the debt that you just take that does not make any return. Instead, it is just go on the negative side. So you must just try by all means to avoid bad debt and increase your good debt. Okay? Because that way, you are not going to find yourself in that situation of over indebtedness. Okay, so it's very, very much important that you become disciplined in your finances. And then another thing that you must do is you must create an emergency fund. This is the thing that is getting people over indebted, because they don't have an emergency fund. So if something happened, something that needs a lot of money, you always going for personal loan. You always going for personal loan. You don't have an emergency fund to say, oh, now something has happened. How much do I have in my emergency fund? Let me just take that money and then put it there. So on your salary on a monthly basis, you need to be building an emergency fund, so that when it rains, the time when the flood comes, you can actually be able to recover from that, and you don't need a loan for that. So from me, my opinion is that debt review, no, I will not do it. I will not do it. I will not do it. I would rather put myself in a very under pressure trying to make additional income. Because in that way, you'll end up being financially free. And you also need to understand that there's good debt and there's bad debt. So you must avoid to take a lot of bad debt. However, you must have good debt, because good debt is very, very good. And that is the way to make even more money. It's just a matter of understanding of how debt works, because debt is not bad. It is bad debt that is bad. I hope that is clear. So guys, let us make an effort to financial education, to personal financial education. When you make a financial decision, you need to be clear why you are making it, how is it going to benefit you, what are the pros and the cons of that financial decision, right? Don't just run to the banks for each and every single thing. Don't just run to the banks, because the banks, I'm telling you, they don't care about you. Like I said on a video that I did maybe last year or something, they don't give you a compound interest. They take a compound interest from you. This is why the banks are so rich, because they take the compound interest from you. They don't give it to you. That's why even if you put a savings account, they'll give you a 0.2 interest, but if it's on your side, they will take 10%, they will take 25%, they will take 17%, because they make compound interest out of you, not vice versa. So the issue here is that you must try to limit yourself to go to these banks or whatever to take money just for taking money. Okay, so guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.